Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. In my defense, they're not all my Bibles. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amber, and today I'm going to go through my family's Bible stack. I thought this would be a good video to do since Christmas is right around the corner. I cannot believe it's November already. And sorry that I always mention the weather, but it's beautiful out today. And if you are from Pennsylvania, then you know that if it's November, if you can get a chance to sit outside, soak it in. Soak in as much as you can because the cold is coming. It is right around the corner. So these are in no particular order. I'll let you guys know if there's any that are not in stock anymore, because some of them I'm sure are no longer in print, no longer in existence. Some of them are like my daughter's Bibles, my son's Bibles. I actually don't have my husband's Bible, but I did make a full video on my husband's Bible. It's like the NIV Everyman's Bible. So if you want to check that one out, it is on my channel. So again, no particular order, but I'm just going to grab them and show you. So first we have this is my smallest Bible. This is a little itty bitty Bible, and it is only the New Testament, and it's Psalms and Proverbs. And we bought this house from my grandparents. Well, after my grandparents passed away, we bought this house from my family. So this actually was my grandma's. It says presented to my grandma from my pap on Christmas 2007. So it's just the Psalms and the Proverbs, and it's in KJV. It's actually my only Bible that I have that's in KJV, and I don't really use this. It's always just put away in a drawer, but I think that it's so cute. I wish they would still make little Bibles like this. I never see anything like this anymore. But it even has like gold gilded pages around it. It looks like it was barely used at all. Maybe I will start carrying this around with me. Just throw it in my bag. That'd be such a cute one. Okay, next, this is my work Bible. So I keep this in my desk at work, and on my lunch break sometimes I just open it up and I might say a prayer. I write like things on sticky notes. I just take some time sometimes on my lunch break and go through that. It is an ESV. It used to be my daughter's. So I got it for my daughter in 2016. So it's old. I don't see this anymore in print. I tried to find it. It has this little owl on the front. I remember when they came out with it, it was marketed to kids, and there were a whole bunch of colors with a bunch of different little animals on it. I remember one had like a fox. There was like a giraffe or something. I don't know, but I remember she loved purple, so I got her this purple one. But the print is pretty decent sized. I'll show you. It's double column. They still make one similar to this, but they just don't make this exact one. You can see that the edges are a bit goofed up. It's because I actually used this Bible as a tester before I did this one, because I wanted to see if I was even able to do it, if the leaves would even show up, and they did. It worked. This, I was like, oh, I don't love that. It's supposed to be like sticks with birds, but it just kind of looks like a bunch of scribbles all over it. But it's just my work Bible. I do really love this, and I'm going to take it back to work so that I have it there. This one is my grandma's Bible as well. When I moved into this house, I found it, and it was to my grandma from my aunt. Thanksgiving 2001 is when she got it. So it is an NIV Women's Devotional Bible. I don't know if they still make this anymore or not. It's a Zondervan, and it looks like it just has throughout it, like it's all black and white, and it just has these little devotionals throughout, hence why it's called a Women's Devotional Bible, and it goes through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Nice size print, double column. I think it just has a weekend. Yeah, the weekend. So So that one's kind of cool, and I found in it like some of her old papers. So it's kind of sentimental. I was actually going to get rid of it, but then I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like it because it was my grandma's, you know. This one I just got recently. This is my most recent Bible, and I'm actually thinking of giving this one away. So if you guys would be interested in this, let me know. And I actually might just give this to somebody because I really don't need this Bible. But I thought it was so pretty. I got it for $1 at our library's book fair that they were doing, like a book sale. And it's a CSB. It is a note-taking Bible. CSB. It's this like nice, almost feels like jeans cover. And isn't that cute? It's so pretty. I did do one tester page in it, and I was gonna just kind of make this like my junk Bible that I could just not stress about what I was writing in here and not worry about trying to make it so super pretty. But then the more I was thinking about it, the more I'm like, I really don't need this. Like, I have enough Bibles, you know? But this is the tester page that I did in 1 Thessalonians. And actually, I did love that because I was just able to read the text and just write what spoke to me, like what the Holy Spirit spoke to me. So that page does have some writing in it. If that wouldn't bother you, just let me know. And then whoever had this Bible before me, there's like a few little words just on this one page in Isaiah and that page, and that's it. The rest of it's completely blank. It even has a presentation page that's not even filled in. And I mean, it's not perfect. It's not brand new. The pages are a little, I don't want to say dirty, but definitely like kind of dingy. But it's cute. So let me know if you guys want that. If anybody wants it, just put it in the comments. This, I've done a pretty in-depth review on this. This is my church Bible. I love this Bible. This is the one that I put the interleaved, oh, it's an interleaved Bible. I put washi tape on all of the introductions to the books. So anytime there's a new book, I have washi tape on it, and I have it color-coded where the green, anywhere there's green, that's the Torah. Anywhere that it is purple, that is the books of history. So like the purple. And I love the washi tape. I want to do that on more of my Bibles because the ones with tabs, they're all ripping. Poetry, I did like this teal color. It's like the book of Psalms. Let me show you an example page here. So in my church, we're going through the book of Acts. And so this is what it looks like. And I have like a little tip in that I put right there. I don't want to rip it. Oh, I need to tape this one in. So even though this is interleaved, like this is church sermon notes, okay? So this was my page, and notice like these colors only go with this side. I needed more paper, so I had to do for this side as well, and I'm gonna just match those up and tape that right in there. I'm a writer. That's why this interleaved Bible is seriously one of the best investments that I have ever made. And so if you guys were ever thinking about an interleaved Bible, I really do suggest it. I think it's amazing. So it's a text. I think this is 9.5. This is a bug. What is a bug doing out in November? But 9.5, perfect print. I love everything about it. The red is perfect red. Here's an example. Love the red text and just everything about it. Love it so much. It's pretty simple, pretty basic. There's some footnotes at the bottom, but no cross references. It's just very much, here's the text, and there's a blank page. So there's that one. Next is my pride and joy, my #1 Bible, that if you've been here, if you've been watching my videos, you know that this is my daily Bible. This is my MacArthur study Bible in the ESV. and I love this Bible so much. If I could only save 3 Bibles, it would be this one, then this one, and then, ooh, that's tough after that. I don't know. I'll let you know when I get there. But my MacArthur Bible is the one that I have been reading through this year, and it is hefty, and it's just really full. If you want to see kind of more of like a flip through of this Bible, I do have that on my channel, but it's pretty jam-packed because this is the one that I'm reading through the year. But I love it because it gives me the text, and I think this is also 9.5 text, and then the notes are in 8-point font, so you can still read it. I remember I got the Life Application Study Bible, and I had to send it back because the notes were so small I could not read it. And John MacArthur just goes into amazing detail. Like, if you ever have a question about what you're reading, or you're confused on a word, 9 out of 10 times he has it down there. And then just all of the information in the back and in the front, I mean, it's jam-packed. So if you want to see more in depth on that one, that's my #1 Bible. Check that one out on my channel. This is my son's Bible. Again, I've already done a video on this. We painted it, which I love the way it turned out. So cute. So you can't buy this Bible looking like this. This is our own custom Bible that we made. But this is the CSB He Reads Truth. So I always see videos of the She Reads Truth. And though I like that Bible in some aspects, like if you just wanted a devotional Bible, I think it's an awesome Bible for women. However, I personally like the He Reads Truth better than the She Reads Truth because there's more meat in this. Let me try to show you something. And I did do a review on this Bible, but like this, for example, this is Proverbs, and it says, what does the Bible say about wisdom? And it goes in through the principles, the scripture, principle, scripture. And it's single column, which I love. If I could create a perfect Bible, it would be my John MacArthur Bible, but single column and with no space, note-taking space. That would be perfect. I wish. I actually reached out to the people that make the MacArthur Bible, and I was like, hey, is there any way you guys could ever think about possibly making this have space for a journaling Bible? And they were like, hey, Amber, sorry, but no. Like, man, what is a proverb? So isn't that cool? I just like the stuff that actually tells you more about the actual text and more about God and his word, not just devotionals that other people wrote. A guide to themes in Proverbs, God, man, relationships, wealth, world, and all these different topics here. Envy, debt, gluttony, security, wealth versus poverty, just tons of stuff, tons and tons of stuff. So that's his, and he really likes this, and he's 11. So if you were thinking of like a Christmas gift for a boy, like a teenage boy, or I would even say like 9 to adulthood, this is a really good one. It is huge though. That's probably, I'd say that's like, I don't have a measuring tape, but a good 3.5 inches thick. These Bibles, both of these, were mine when I was a teenager. And I did give them to my daughter, but I don't think she uses them. This was my first one. Teen Devotional Bible. And it has all my little notes in it from when I was young. It's pretty much falling apart. Let's see if we can find the copyright. You can learn how old I am. The copyright, it says 1999, but I would have been 6 in 1999, so that's not right. I don't know, but I love this Bible. It had devotions, it had these little boxes, like about what they were thinking or if you're confused. It's very simple. These extreme faith categories were, it's like kids saying, I'm a Christian, but sometimes I don't feel anything when it comes to my faith. Now I'm having doubts. How can I be sure I'm saved? And then it goes into it, and they're all through. And it had Monday through the weekend. Loved that Bible. I love to see my little notes and like some of the highlights that I made when I was a youngin'. And then this is the NIV. This one is the NLT. And I remember I got this one a little later. I think it was a gift. And I did not use this one as much. Just because that was kind of, this is my later teens. So it was kind of a time in my life where I was not reading the Bible. But I had it. It was sitting around. And it's pretty much laid out the same way, but the colors are different. I think the font might be a little bit bigger. But it's pretty similar. Actually, my old NIV one has more color to it with those extreme sections. I don't know if they still sell this or not. What is this? Hair ties. Good bookmark. Oh, here's a bookmark too. Bath and Body Works. Yeah, there's that one. I'm sure that they sell something like this. Now if you get NLT Bibles, they usually are filament enabled. But obviously this is not. This one says 2004. And I know I got this later than 2004. But still. There's those. Kind of sentimental. I just like keeping them around. This is the one that I've done recently too. I've done a video on this. This was my daughter's Bible, the Experiencing God Bible. And she tabbed it. It's CSB translation. Really good one for gift giving. And this is still in print because it's newer. So I think this would be so good for a teenager. It has almost everything that I want in a Bible. So single column, nice big print. Jesus' words are in red. I should have probably told you that for the other ones. I actually think the only Bible so far that I've showed you is my interleaved Bible that had Jesus' words in red. All the other ones don't. Oh no, that's a lie. This one does. All the other ones don't. So yeah, nice big print. Room for journaling space, but not a ton. It's definitely not marketed as a journaling Bible, but there is space. It's very much, the reason I say it would be good for teens is because it is very much kind of focusing on life application stuff. Nothing that's too deep. There's no study notes in here. No articles for learning more about God's character and like learning more about the text. It's mostly just like about you. Like, are you grooming anyone to take your place one day? How do you know when to pass from one stage of God's work to the next? So it's not bad. I like it. I just think it would be better for maybe somebody who is new to Christianity or a teen. So there's kind of another look at it. And if you want to see, again, an in-depth video, you can look at that video on my channel. There's Christ's words in red. Very nice red. I do love my Bibles now to have Jesus' words in red. Oh, we're moving on to stack 2. This is my prayer Bible. Oh, this might be my number 3. This might be my number 3. I don't know. I do love this Bible so much. I just made this recently. It's my little NASB, my only NASB that I own, which I love because I feel confident in the translation. Like, I feel like I can read this and I don't need commentary. I don't need any extra materials because I know that the words in here are pretty much word for word. And I do like that. So I have my little prayer in here. I have this set up for tabs that I most struggle with. My promises of God, and then all my cute little tabs. I love this Bible. And I've been using it to do my prayers in. And I want to make sure, yeah, like, I can't show you some of these, but I put prayers in them based upon the verses, and I have a whole book that goes with this that I use, and I have that on my channel as well if you guys want to see how I use this Bible. But it's such a good one. I really love it. I'll make sure this one's in the description. Would be a really good gift idea. I feel like you could put it in maybe a gift basket like this, with the tabs, with these, and maybe that other book that I was telling you that goes with it too, where they could find prayers. I feel like that would be such a good gift idea. And Christ's words are in red. It's kind of a dull red though. It's not a real bright red. Okay, next. This is a Bible that I am giving away here really soon, in a few weeks. I've just been working on it for a while. So this is the Bible that I decided to keep out of the two that I was deciding how to make a prayer Bible. And I ended up keeping this one. But then I loved this so much that I had to find another way to use it. This is the NIV. It says that it's for kids. However, I don't think that it's just for kids. But if you had a kid in your life, probably a girl, this Bible is so good. I really love it. So you open it up. It's so cute on the inside. I'm making this sort of like a prayer Bible, but not. So if you can see there, I have my favorite verses, my daughter's favorite verses, my son's favorite verses, and my husband's favorite verses, because this person that I'm giving this Bible to, they are not a Christian. They have no interest in Christianity. We love them. So I would really love, I don't even think that they have a Bible. I would love if God would work in this person's heart and maybe they would get curious and be like, oh, Amber's favorite verses are here. I wonder what they are. And then open them up and just be kind of curious. So I marked like this side. I marked the light pink is my favorite verse, and then I have my favorite verse highlighted. It is hard to pick a favorite verse. I think I have like 12 tabs there. And then I have it highlighted, but look, it's single column. It's 12 font. That's why I'm like, this is not for kids. This would be so good for like an older woman. And so it's 12 font. And crisp white pages take highlight so well. Jesus' words are in red. So let me just show you the highlight, because yellow in particular I've noticed really bleeds through, especially in my MacArthur Bible, because those pages are like tissue paper. But in this, where's the yellow? Where's the yellow? You can't even really see it. I wish I could show you. Actually, I might show you real quick. Okay, today I was finishing up Zephaniah, and my yellow, look at that. See that yellow? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Look what it did. So now when I go to read Haggai, look at the bleed through. Ugh, that's so bad. That bleed through is horrible. So that is the con to the MacArthur Bible, is that bleed through is terrible. You have to be really careful with what you're using. But with this, what? Like, there is no bleed through. The pages take highlights so good. So again, for a kid, I mean, they could really mark it up. And then I have, every tab goes with something. The bottom is salvation. So all the bottom tabs have to do with salvation. And I will show you one here. So like Daniel, that's highlighted there. See what I mean? So really love this. Really love the section in the back, which goes through perspectives of the Bible, prayers of the Bible. So it shows you prayers that, like prayers of Paul, some prayers from the Psalms, prayers from the prophets, prayers in the New Testament. So I love that. It would make a really good prayer Bible. I actually was going to use this one as a prayer Bible, but it is pretty thick. It's pretty big. I got it to my hand. And it's small. It's compact. But it's pretty thick. I just thought it might be a little hard to carry around in my bag. So love that one. This one, I have never used this. This is my MacArthur Daily Bible. This is in the NASB words. NASB. So it is in the NASB, I guess, which I didn't realize that, but I don't know. It goes day by day. But then I just get overwhelmed with stuff like this because sometimes I miss a day. So if I miss a day, then I feel like I gotta catch up. And then I'm overwhelmed. And then I'm not reading to soak in anything. I'm reading to try to check it off my list. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't really use that. Hey, if anybody would want this, comment down below. I'll send it to you. It's comfort print. Double column. No words of Jesus in red. But it is nice. Like, it goes through day by day. It tells you what to read. And then by the time you get to the end, you've read the Bible in a year. So it's cute. It's nice. Yeah, I'd give that one away. This one's sentimental. This was my grandma's New Testament and Psalms. Found this when we moved in. And it has these pictures of my family. Like, when I was little and stuff. Has, like, look, this is me. That's me. This is me. This is me. That's me and my cousin. So I was like, oh, Grandma, you loved me. Like, I just thought that was so cute. And it says, it originally was my Pap's sister's. It was gifted to her in 1955. This is an old Bible. And then it went to my dad in 1975. And then, I don't know what, my dad just must not have ever used it. And then she wrote in it to be given to Amber. And then she wrote the date in 2000. She must have decided that. But it's nice, actually. I kind of like it, but I try to be really careful with it because it's falling apart. But look at the text. That red letter is red lettering. That's beautiful. And the font is huge. And this is in, it doesn't say what translation, actually. I don't think it does. Maybe it does on the inside. Oh, KJV. KJV. Which I wish I could read the KJV, but I am too simple-minded. I'm a little too simple-minded. It's kind of hard. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition? Just makes my brain twitch a little. I'm sure if I got used to it, I would understand it. But there's these pieces of art throughout as well. But it is just the New Testament and the Psalms. I love that. I love the art. Isn't that cute? It's got the most, the return of the prodigal son. And then I always find these little things. Like, this was a note that my mom wrote to my grandma. And she put it in here for me. And it's pretty sentimental. And if you guys watch my testimony video, you know that my mom passed away. So that was really special when I stumbled upon that. And then she has little stars next to stuff that must have stood out to her. She wasn't ever big on writing in her Bible or like highlighting or anything. But she did put next to the Psalms what one meant what. Like Psalm XIV means 14. Now you know. And she did that for most of the Psalms. Like, what is LXXXI? I couldn't tell you because she didn't put a number next to that. This one I'm giving to my cousin. She has a little boy, and once I get to my next one, I told her that she could use this to make it for her little boy, and it's brand spanking new. I was gonna use it for my little boy and make him a journaling Bible. However, the font is a little bitty tiny for me, so that's not gonna happen, I don't think, because it took me years and years to make my daughters, and I'm afraid that by the time I finish this, I'd be about 40, and I don't know if I can see it anymore. I don't know. I'd have to be writing like this. But isn't it beautiful? It's probably the prettiest Bible that I own. If you guys were looking for a gift, oh, this would be a great gift. Beautiful. Comes with one ribbon. It's in the ESV. It is marketed as a journaling Bible, so it's just journaling Bible. That's it. There's no notes in it, nothing in it. It's just cream pages, single column, 8-point font, and the text. So if somebody's looking for a journaling Bible and you think that they would use it, that is gorgeous. Love it. This might be my number 3 if I had to save it in a fire. I don't know. That'd be really hard. I could stick my little prayer Bible in my hoodie pocket, right? And grab the 3. So this is the one that I made for my daughter, and she's a senior this year. It is jam-packed full of notes for her for a graduation gift, and I love it. I started this in 2016. I tried to keep it relatively clean and organized. I remember when I did Revelation got a little rough. Oh, this is Romans. Romans got a little rough, and so did Revelation. Like, hey, but maybe this will help her understand Revelation. Like, I tried to go back through and color code it and make sure everything was matching up so that she could understand my notes and like what goes with what. But if you were thinking of doing something like this, I really suggest it. I am so excited to give this to her and just kind of pass it on as a heirloom. And even if she doesn't look at it for a long time, that's okay. But I just wanted to give it to her. I have started in, wind. Okay, before I was interrupted. I wrote in it, started in 2016 with intent to fill it for Aaliyah's graduation. And then I even have like notes in there about when we were going through the pandemic and how crazy that was and what we were doing as a family. Everything that I wrote in it, I tried to make it about like things that we were doing as a family. We changed churches a few years ago, so I kind of documented like that process and how that was challenging. I talked about just like her being a teenager and the different dances she was going to, and like how I had seen her spiritually grow and just things like that. So I am really excited to see her reaction when she gets that. And I had to stop writing in it because the cover's starting to fall apart, and then that's when I ordered this crochet cover off Etsy. And I also, this is the one that I did the leaves on, but isn't it beautiful? Love it. Those were the sticks. I did the sticks again. What was I thinking? But it turned out okay. Not too bad on that one. I do have more of an in-depth review on that one as well. I said I was going to do every Bible in my house, so here we go. This one doesn't have a cover anymore because it was paper. It was a paperback, and I went through it. I don't know when I got this. I don't know if I got this. I think I got this when my daughter was little for her. And it is just a kid's. It's an NIRV kids Bible. It's the only NIRV that I own. What is the NIRV like the NIV but with an R? I don't know. But it's black and white, or blue and white, I guess, and it's devotional. So it goes through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Has little book introductions, but nothing too in-depth. It says, a Bible you can read yourself. Short weekday devotionals, 52 weekend devotions, Got It feature that helps find answers to Bible trivia, book introductions, a dictionary, and NIRV text. Oh, which uses shorter sentences and easier words. So I wish it still had a cover, but it doesn't. But I'm going to keep it because I keep them all. I've done reviews on these two. Ugh, this one's heavy. I've done a review on the Action Bibles. Kids, if you have kids, it's so good. This is so good for kids. It's so cool. It's all illustrated. The whole Bible's illustrated. And I mean, I'm saying the whole Bible, all of it. Now, there are some stories that are left out. You know, like the story where the guy gets the stake drilled through his head. I don't think that one's in here. But for the most part, they're all in here. And the illustrations are beautiful. Beautiful. I read through this with my daughter and my son multiple times. But I just felt like he was kind of ready to move on. And, you know, obviously she was ready to move on because she's older. But it does have an index in the front. I just really like that, and I really recommend that. Even for adults, like if you have an adult in your life who likes comics or likes illustrations, is a visual learner, I would suggest that. I think that's really cool. I would get like my dad something like that for Christmas, and I think he would like it. This one was the one that I moved on from for my son after I felt like he was ready to move on from this, because I thought that it was going to have the text and more pictures like this, and it does, but the pictures are so sporadic and they don't go with the text that you're reading. So like, you know, you end with the end of Matthew, Jesus has risen, and it takes you back to his birth. Like the text doesn't match up, you know what I mean? However, the book intros are just right for like a 9 to 12-year-old, just right. And then I actually love a lot of the features in here. Like the Ancient Archives tells them a little bit more about the text and the scripture and maybe some like historical context. There's a guess it section where they can play kind of like a little game while they're reading. It's NIV, double column, perfect size print. Has a few little illustrations here, but I do like it. It has kind of these little like devotions throughout. I don't believe that it is, no, it's not. It's not like Monday through the weekend print. It has unlock it, it has activate sections. And if you want to see more of an in-depth, I also have that video on my channel, so check that one out. 2 more. This is a lot of talking. This, I don't use this. It's falling apart. I got it from Ollie's years ago. I think I got it. Oh, I got it for my husband in 2013, right after we got married. It's the Chronological Study Bible. And I wish it wasn't falling apart because it is kind of cool. But the spine is breaking. It's in chronological order. It's the NKJV. And it has illustrations. Oh, my foot's going numb. It has illustrations, it has articles, it has maps. I remember I went into Ollie's and I had no idea what I was looking for. And there was a guy that came up to me and he said, "Are you looking for a Bible?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "You need to get the NKJV and you should try to find a chronological." And then he helped me find this Bible. So wasn't that sweet of him? The font size is nice, big, but I don't know. I just haven't really used it, and neither has my husband. Because anytime that we would go to church, we wouldn't bring it because it's chronological. It was hard to find, like if my pastor would say, turn to whatever, you know, then it's hard to find in a chronological. But maybe I might look and see if they still make this in print, and maybe I could get it to where the spine wasn't ripping and falling apart. Okay, we made it to the end. Dun, 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 drum roll. So my last one is one of my Bibles. This is the NLT Every Woman's Bible. I got some stuff on it, which I still need to try to wipe that off and see if that will come off, because it's this beautiful robin's egg blue. Also might be one of the prettiest Bibles that I own. Love that color. It's gold gilded pages. I did the tabs, which I regret, but they're holding up decently. At least it hasn't ripped my pages yet. It's filament enabled. It's my only filament enabled Bible, and it is so pretty. It's so pretty. The inside and the outside. This is the one that when I did my video on this, I said, guys, I did not need this Bible. I really didn't need it. I mean, I have more than enough Bibles, but I kept seeing it and I just really wanted it. Don't judge me. This is so cool. This is an introduction page where you can put your testimony in there, which I haven't done yet. It has significant moments in your story. There's the Filament app. You know, you scan that and then you get all kinds of resources. It is just full of so many like beautiful pages and graphics and information, and the font size is perfect. Jesus's words are in red. It's double column, but it's a women's Bible, so everything in it is geared towards women. Like this one says mothers and fathers of faith and their character, like their godly character. So many charts. Everything is in full color. The intros, the book intros are beautiful. Isn't it so pretty? I love it so much. If you have a woman in your life, like a mom or an aunt or a sister, anybody who is kind of new to the faith, or even not new to the faith, like I'm not new to the faith, and I love it. So pretty. This might be the Bible that I read through next year. The only thing is, it is NLT. I love the NLT, don't get me wrong. I think it's great to read, but I just don't love that it's not completely word for word. So if I was reading this, I'm gonna need like a commentary or the NASB close by, just so I can make sure that I'm understanding fully what I'm reading. I love how the intro pages, and my husband's Bible does this too, which I don't have because his is in his car and he's at work. But it has how long does it take to read, and it says 1 hour for Daniel. And I really like that because I actually usually read this one with my son at night instead of his little action Bible. We read this one because I like the information in it better, and I like that I can just find like Hosea, and I know that it's going to take 30 minutes for us to read through that, because sometimes I don't want to spend like weeks and weeks, because we just read a chapter a night. So we just finished James, and it has articles in it, so you could use it as a devotional. So if you want to see more of this, I do a video where I break down the whole thing. Like, look at this. That's prophecies about the Messiah. How cool. And then you can see on that page Christ's words in red. Love this one. Really, really like it. It doesn't hold highlight very well though. I'll show you a page. So I started kind of highlighting in it and reading it this year right when I got it, but it made my pages like, I don't know if you can just hear that quality, and it made my pages like wavy. There's a section that I highlighted. Let's see what the bleed through looks like on the other side. Actually not bad. That's not bad. So maybe just don't even listen to me. It's not bad. But it did make my pages kind of like bumpy where I highlighted. These articles are cool. They have full spreads in here on different topics. Like this one specifically is on work, what the Bible says about work. Okay, that's all my Bibles. I'm sitting in a pile of Bibles. But I hope that you guys enjoyed that. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And remember, I wanted to give away this one. So if you comment, MacArthur Daily Bible, just make sure that you like the video, that you're subscribed, and I will give it away. And then this one as well. So this one's the CSB Note-taking video, okay? All right, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.